Hey tarot friends, it is Jade. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy that you are here, and I'm excited to be here with you today. So I was doubly lucky today with two very fun things came into the mail. One was the Bohemian Gothic tarot, and one is this one here, the Moonchild Tarot. This was a pre-order that I put in not that long ago. Actually, I think I ordered it like a week before they shipped, but this has taken a very long road to get to me. I don't know what the heck was going on with UPS, but they were, I guess there were problems getting, oh, look at that, that's very cool. The inside of the deck. I guess there were problems with shipping routes and whatnot. So I'm in Canada, sort of northeastern side of things. Danielle Noel, that is her name, right? Yes, Danielle Noel is from the west side of Canada, or Vancouver. So the other coast, here's the inside of the box. You are the dance of light and shadow. Very cool. Anyway, so I was watching my package, and it went from the west coast to the east coast to Quebec, so close to me, and then across to Alberta somewhere, and then back to me, and it kept circling my city, and I kept calling UPS, going like, what the heck is going on? It's supposed to be here in 2 days, and instead it took 2.5 weeks. Anyways, I'm very happy that it's here. So the guidebook is pretty meaty. I've not looked through this at all yet. Like it's pretty thick. There's about, oh my, 280 pages worth of stuff. Wow. So each card has, so for example, there's the Five of Swords. You get that whole page, which is the reversed and the upright. On the second page, you get an image, which is in color, and then some additional info down here. So there's some keywords and some questions to look at and some affirmations. It's 2 pages. What about for the major arcana? So it's the same for the major arcana. That page is the upright and reversed. Same thing on the back. Now it is interesting that the meanings of the cards actually start on page 61. So for the first 60 pages, there's various information on the moon, working with the moon, reading, doing some different rituals, shuffling. There's some info on the, just sort of high level info on court cards. Very cool. I'm really looking forward to getting into that. The cards themselves have this matte gold finish. Okay, so matte gold finish, which I like. It's very shimmery, even though you can't see it. It's interesting. You can see all the lines from the, I guess, where the cards were cut. All right. So we've got the Fool. Oh boy. Okay, hold on. Oh, I didn't show the backs. These are the backs. I'm sure everyone has seen these by now. The cards are pretty thick. They're not very bendy. the Magician, High Priestess, Empress, love, love, love the colors. It's interesting, when I first saw this deck, so this is another deck like the Bohemian Gothic that I could have got originally, you know, with the first printing on Danielle Noel's site. And I didn't, and mostly because the cost of shipping was ridiculous. And you know, being that I'm in the same country, I couldn't understand why. It's not Danielle's fault. That's just our postage. This card is amazing. Anyway, it's obviously not her fault. It's just our postage system. But it did make a big difference for me, and I just at the time I hadn't purchased any indie decks yet, and I just kept waiting and waiting, thinking about it. And it was interesting because that's cool. I wasn't sure at first whether to get the Moonchild or the Starchild, but in the end I was called much more to this one than to the, or drawn much more to this one. Oh, that's an extra card. Oh no, it's not. Okay, so the universe replaces the world. Interesting. This is an extra card. Shadow work. What does that one say? Divine wisdom. Okay. Moonchild. All right, so I guess there's 3 extra cards. The Ace of Pentacles. Interesting. All right, we get to the swords. It's a beautiful Ace of Swords. Gorgeous cards. Cool. So these are quite different, right, than the RWS version. So this one is, in the RWS deck, is someone rowing a figure, and usually a smaller figure, in a boat from rougher waters to smoother waters. This is quite a different image, so I'll have to sit with that. This one, same thing. So the Seven of Swords is usually someone who's either stealing swords or taking them back, stealing them back perhaps. So again, very different. So I'm really looking forward to doing a deep dive with this deck. If they don't want to fall everywhere. I love the energy of this deck. It's so, I don't know, it's so peaceful, I want to say. Okay, we get to the Wands, Ace of Wands. Yeah, the words when I look at this deck, the words that come to mind are peaceful, serene, the inner world, Queen of Wands, gorgeous. All right, the Cups, gorgeous cup. The Ace of Cups is one of my favorite cards in the whole deck. I actually really love that the court cards tend to be, or at least the kings and queens, tend to be these, just the busts of people. Those are very cool. I love those. And I can't wait to go through it again and look at them this time in person, not on screen. It's very large. Like this, again, like stretches my hands. My deck has a bit of a bow on it. I'm not sure why that is, but it doesn't really bother me. I have a few decks like that. And the cardstock is so thick, I'm not going to be able to riffle shuffle. I don't, well, let's try it. Let's try it. That was very hard. Managed it. They're just too big. And they're also, the cardstock is matte, but they're hard to slide across each other. And I think that's why I was also having trouble like pulling the cards off as I was showing you. Interesting. Okay. So let's do it this way. I'm going to pull a card to represent my potential relationship with this deck. see how this works. I might, I'm just thinking of potential pairings. I'm going to see at some point how this one looks next to the Bohemian Gothic. I think that might be cool. All right. I know I haven't shuffled very well, but all right. The card I pulled is Shadow Work. It's so interesting because both this deck and the Bohemian Gothic, I was looking at both of these to do shadow work. Maybe not exclusively, but definitely that would be one of the main things. So I guess this deck is telling me that it agrees. Anyways, sorry for the very long video. That's, you know, just a walkthrough, but I love it and I couldn't wait to share. So I hope you like it. If you have this deck, please let me know. I would love to hear how you use it. Do you use it for shadow work or for something else? How does it work with you, and what oracles do you pair it with, if anything? I've been really interested in pairing oracles lately with my tarot readings, so I'd love to hear from you what your experience is. I do want to do a deep dive with this, you know, meaning that I'm going to go sort of card by card and really like take the time to do some path working and really like get into each card. I'm going to do the same thing for the Bohemian Gothic as well as a couple of other cards, but I'm definitely going to start with these two. And I would also love to know whether you've done anything like this before and how it's worked for you. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you like this video, please do hit the like and subscribe button and click that little notification bell down below. Bye for now.